So do you want to share this presentation with others? Or is that like super secret and, only Larry Page can say yes or something?
Sure, some part.
There's some, okay. You showed it to everybody, you share the whole thing with everybody. Say yes. So please, give this to the organizers, I'm sure you can do it. People are fused this thing also. I'm sure somebody out there is just surreptitiously shooting the screen in every slide. So we've successfully blackmailed him to share the entire presentation. So thank you. He's already happy. Thank you. Hi everyone, thanks for coming. Am I allowed that? You want to use that mic? The podium mic? Or you can actually sit there. Is it better? Yeah. Hi everyone. So we were talking about how offline and online synergize. So we had almost about a sudden surge in traffic on our LinkedIn pages in the last 1 week. Nice to see most of the people who we connected with online already here. A little bit about ourselves. We started as an online technology startup in-house, where we ran and still manage a small budget hotel company in New Delhi and a travel company that ran for many years, and our own in-house technology company, which was called Tech Moguls and Internet Moguls, now running for the last 15 years, now has been about 110 companies in India and abroad from the travel and hospitality vertical. So I'll start my presentation with giving a perspective on our online audience today. The online audience is basically people born before 1985 being digital migrants and those after 1985 being digital residents. So therefore, making a perspective of the adoption to technology. We do talk about numbers, that there are so many amount of X million or X 100 million people coming onto the internet, but there are all different demographics. So what I'm trying to with this slide trying to state is the adoption of technology is faster for some of the youngsters. A typical family booking a holiday could have, taking the example of India, could have anywhere from 2 to 3 generations making a decision or staying together. Whereas the older generations would, maybe their look-to-book ratio would be lesser than maybe the youngster. The youngster won't mind putting their credit cards online. The older people might just look and then book offline. India today lives in many centuries, where I picked up this example from a recent presentation that I've attended, where God forbid there's a holocaust over a city like Bombay or Delhi, and an archaeological survey was done to find out what kind of people actually live here. They would find a sickle and they would find a blackberry. So in a sense, trying to give perspective of the fact that we still live in an evolving economy, whereas the internet is available to both sides of the slide. Search now is getting cluttered, definitely from the online space, from the searcher point of view as well as the marketer's point of view. The marketer is confused where to put his money. The searcher is confused with the kind of results that he's seeing. One page is showing 27, 30 results. Marketer has put in his money in certain places where he might later realize that those people are not his target audience, or they're looking and not booking on them. So what happened next? Enter local and social. 2011 would, in my perspective, be the year where search actually went social, and we see it actually happening. Whereas localized results for vendors nearby, for example, somebody from Juhu or somebody from Bandra might be seeing different results on local. When it comes to social, if we find from articles on our site or from our website or the websites that we're browsing or the vendor that we're looking for, if we find them liked or Google Plus by our friends or somebody we know, then obviously builds in more trust. Especially booking a holiday, because we're in a travel forum, I'm talking about a holiday or an air ticket experience. If it has been validated by somebody from a renowned source, there is more probability of bookings. Now I'd like to sort of get back to the audience and ask a question. How many likes do you have? Can you raise a hand if you could tell us if somebody has more than say 500 likes? 200? How many likes do you have on your Facebook?
As an individual or as a brand?
Either. Some people are here but might be having this individual. Right, so basically I'm trying to make perspective to the fact that today nobody said that this statement is grammatically incorrect. So how many, just trying to give a sense of the fact that social has become such an important part of our life, that how many likes do we have, being spoken about in various conferences, various boardroom meetings, become a major part of how our internet marketing is progressing. Facebook and Google are amalgamating, and we're trying to understand how social and search are going to work together. At the same time, Google and Facebook are loggerheads with each other on various platforms. Eventually, trying to make a seamless experience for the user on the website, where he searches for something, finds a localized, maybe more relevant result, and goes towards and which is validated by a friend or a colleague, thereby delivering a more seamless experience. Intelligent search, I was also having a discussion before this seminar that we see search engines getting more intelligent, whereas a search engine might be able to today, and in the very near future, be able to tell us what kind of people are booking and how. For example, a search engine might be able to say, Mr.Avijit Arya is booking, looks at 3 websites, say Repatriate or WeGo, and a third site before booking. The others might look at 5 sites, and then there might be some who might be looking at 5 or more sites and not booking online. So therefore, the search engine of the future could be more intelligent, and we might get charged for clients whose look-to-book ratio is more than less. So going to that extent is what I perceive, or we perceive as a company, the trend of the search engine in the future. Some of the cool tools, most of them being Google tools, quick to find out more interest-based tools. I was just talking to Sid about some interest-based tools that come in, where we know the interest of the consumer. So apart from travel, what else does he like? So if we can target some of those clients that way. One of my favorites is retargeting. Unfortunately, I meet a lot of travel companies where it's a very simple tool which has been working for a long time. A lot of people are still not using it as effectively. Now, again, a perspective from our side, the rise of targeted marketing might be the end of privacy. Because if you want to target like a sniper, from a marketer's point of view, from an online marketer's point of view, you want to target like a sniper and get that very client who might be looking for that service at that time, which is possible. And like Steve Jobs has said, if you're gaining something, you want to watch out what you're losing substantially. And with Facebook, we are giving in all our information, and therefore, Facebook being a more targeted approach and a more targeted platform for a lot of events. For example, this is not a real site. This is just an example. If you want, I don't know if I for travel was advertising on Facebook or any of the social channels to get more attendees, but Facebook, you can target what kind of companies you're looking for, what kind of income bracket, where do they stay, and accordingly create an ad platform where you could basically show it to that particular relevant audience. You could always sort of localize it to a city or a colony or a residential neighborhood as well. Finally, what is next? How do you get into a person's daily life through social media, through everything that we've spoken about, search, social, how do you get into somebody's daily life, their homes and their minds? Where the next generation of travelers is actually looking at everything being mobile. Apps, in our opinion, is the way forward. Just sort of traveling back and forth between different continents, you find that apps are more used in made in India by most of the companies, but more used on a daily basis by companies and countries abroad. So apps, I feel, in India would be the next future of booking. Apps might have your credit card data fed in. People might have those apps will have everything about you. You'll find security in that app. Once you build a trust on that app sort of is there to stay. So apps, we feel, in the future where search and social and your credit card and your payment and all these things are built in and available on a click of a button on your mobile. That's it for now. Thank you.
Thanks so much. So, how many of this audience were here in the earlier social session? Everybody.